This wizard's lesson was brought to you by the Insane Incorporated, unassociated situations of hypothetical facts assumed as evidence in a purpose purportal court. Now, purpose purportal court would be in the clerk. Each clerk would be in the political, is where one is filled up with shame for the lack of reality in one's own imagination. One's own imagination could purpose be brought up to any sense of pleasure that would conclude terminals in physical forms. In spiritual forms, we would be sort of alone with ourselves forever to create our own surroundings. But it seems I fell into George Washington's world somehow. I'll pick this up someplace at another time. I really didn't feel like too much right there, just tripping a little bit with you and thinking about you, thinking about putting out positive energies towards your spiritual existence, if there is such a thing as your spiritual existence. If you fly in your mind's eye and forever's why is the sun burning? I don't know yet. Crystals, of many things, space dreams, thoughts I've seen, a place to be, or something free to be, whatever one might consider be what everyone might want to calculate in their own existence, but in the simple-minded thoughts of a sad sack of shit called Charles Manson, there has been the burning of your own truth and honor that you preach to me and say that you are for or against. Being for or against something could roller skate within one's own survival instinct until the purpose of life seems to be lost in some bumfuddled freak out. There's a bunch of kids on the side of a mountain when they heard the sound of Christ dying on the cross. And they became aware of the Christ consciousness that has been kept there under the ground. So far around that it became a space shuttle and flew back to Earth and landed all the technology of the planet underneath the rattlesnake. Guarantees survival to the flies and the bugs and the birds and bees and trees and all the things that scream and say please. Can't you see there's other life other than your own miserable, petty, selfish little trips? But then I, upon my petty, selfish trip, am also a king. In my stables rides many fine dreams. And the greatest dream of all was my dee-dee-dee-dum-dum, freckle-faced little filly from Angela, mama type, stereotype, and I loved you in your pretty little dresses. But only in your image did I fly through your perfection's eye to see you made your house fairly well. But it seems someone sold your furniture, and it's doubtful you could understand that a kangaroo and a bushman is just a kangaroo, like on a court or a lord or a board or something that came back 10 times God to think over with. And then it thought not back into itself as English-speaking purpose, nor to grab the wit of all the stages of play. Stages of play reflect my imaginations. But in the greater dream, what child burbles and gurgles at the icebox looking for its mother? And old witches from the mountains cry. Stop pollution is the only solution. An elf sat on a toadstool and said, "Why raise them from the graves?" The caterpillar yelled. "Why raise the dead from the graves? Do I need slaves? The purpose of my magic mountain's wisdom, I, oh, wizard? But on Wizard's notion, phone books weep in the numbers. Beyond slumbers slide sleigh riding, sledgehammers, jars of aphrodisiac. And this child's purpose is to serve the purpose of all around me, though as perturbed and desecrated, I be within the evilness of all that you think evil, for I have no evil thoughts to think in. You have